Now, this sounds like parody. This sounds like something from one of those satirical websites like the Onion or something like that. I can assure you that it's not parody. I can assure you it's not an April Fool's joke. This is apparently deadly serious. So, to combat the threat of gross invasions of your personal privacy, of things like revenge porn, of the unauthorised sharing of intimate images, of nude images, Facebook have a new plan. Facebook have a new plan, and it is this: to protect yourself from the unauthorised disclosure of nude images, Facebook are asking you to send them those nude images first. That is fair income. That's their plan. So they've got the nude images. That means that if someone else tries to put the nude images up, they can't. Boy, oh boy. My guest on the line is Paul Litherland, the founder of Surf Online Safe and a former WA copper who investigated all this stuff. Paul, g'day.
Hi, Gareth. I hope you're well, mate.
I am well. Nice to talk to you again. This just sounds ridiculous.
Likewise. Yeah, it's just another one of these sort of little frustrating scenarios that I deal with quite regularly now. And I mean, I do applaud this initiative by Facebook because it is going to help in regards to the distribution of intimate images across their platform. But yeah, I sort of question, and not only myself, but a number of professionals across the globe actually sort of question their initiative in regards to this, unfortunately.
Before we completely tear it apart, can you explain to me what the rationale is from Facebook's point of view? Okay,
so in mid-2017 they initiated some trials across a number of countries. Australia was one of them. So basically what it is if you're concerned, if you may have sent a nude to a partner or an ex-partner or they've now still got a copy of that, what you can do is you can send that nude to Facebook through a reporting mechanism. What will happen is a staff member from Facebook will then take hold of that image and put it through a piece of software, which will basically hash the image, put some characteristics within it. So then that particular image, if it is posted publicly or privately through the network, then the image will be flagged and removed immediately. So that's basically how it works.
Okay, so that's the technical side. So the idea is that they have a copy of it. It's almost like they pre-flag it. They know what they're looking for.
Yes, and for me, that is, as I said, a great initiative. Okay. But for me, it's the biggest frustration and the concern I have is that the vast majority of people who do contact me in regards to the distribution of their nudes is they don't want people to have them. So to ask an individual who's already majorly concerned and stressed and upset about their image being out there, to ask them to share to another person is very, very upsetting to many of the people I speak with.
Facebook facing inquiries in the United States, facing inquiries in Europe, facing inquiries here in Australia about their attitudes towards personal data. Mark Zuckerberg's been hauled before Congress. He's been hauled before European regulators. There's this whole Cambridge Analytica affair. Some people say that's overblown. Some people say it's not overblown at all. But look, the culmination of all of that is that this is a company whose record on privacy is at very best, extremely questionable. How could anyone possibly trust Facebook with an image like this, as well-intentioned as this scheme may be?
Yeah, and this is where I think a vast majority of people are concerned about that, and why I believe the network has received so much ridicule over this particular initiative because of that factor. It's yes, no worries if they can sit down and assure that the image will not be released, but at the end of the day, a physical person is still actually looking at that image. So the concern there is the fact that image could be leaked. It could be further distributed within a private network anywhere across the network without knowledge. So this is where I think a lot of that sort of sarcasm at this initiative has sort of come across from a number of factors across the globe. And my biggest frustration in regards to it, Gareth, is the fact that Facebook have a number of nude images across their network, and my biggest frustration and why I'm trying to battle this sort of stuff across schools is because you can type in on a search engine on Facebook or on a search at the top of the bar on Facebook Perth teen nude selfies, leaked teen nudes, and there'll be a whole pile of pages on Facebook that display these types of images. So my concern is, okay, if Facebook are genuinely concerned about the sharing of intimate images, then they should be taking a little bit more proactive action to really patrol their site. What they're asking users here to do is to say, look, you make our job easier, send us the nude so we can stop it being distributed, rather than them going onto their network and saying, well, okay, let's just delete all nudity. Let's just delete all stuff that is clearly on our site without the consent of the person being depicted. And this is where I get most of my angst in regards to what they're doing.
Okay. Facebook is of such a scale now that it's pretty clear to me that any thought that the humans might be able to control what's actually on there, I mean, those days are so far gone that it's just ridiculous. This sort of, to me, feels like a solution that only a software engineer would think was a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean, Mr. Zuckerberg said it himself in front of the Congress in those 2 days. He said, look, with over 100 billion items per day distributed and shared across the Facebook platform, it would be almost impossible to actually, for a physical person to go through and have a look at that. And I understand that completely. And Zuckerberg's algorithms and software are very good. They're very well designed. So their artificial intelligence is picking up on a lot of data, which is helping people. But for me, they're still not taking enough action, I don't believe, to actively patrol their network, because a lot of artificial intelligence is just that, it's artificial. So a real person has more cognitive ability to sit down and identify what is real and what is not real. So to have 22,000 people working on that sort of stuff, I don't think is anywhere near enough, considering 2.3 billion people log into Facebook per day, every day. So we just need to get better in regards to the protection of people using these sites and be less artificial, in my opinion, and be a bit more proactive. As I said, I mean, I can sit down and find these sites quite easily. I can find fight sites, I can find drug sale sites. If I can do that sitting here in little old WA, then why the hell can't they do that? That's a question that comes up so often.
And it's a very good question. Can I propose a radical solution? Mm-hmm. People don't take nudes and send them around in the first place?
Wow, and that is such a great argument, Gareth, but in reality our kids are and our teens are, and that sounds so, I suppose, defeatist to accept that is happening. And my argument within schools is always, kids, don't send, please don't send. But the reality is that they are, and we can condemn them for that, but things have changed these days. The ease of a teenager making a mistake, or any person making a mistake, is so easy these days, because the device is right there. You can make an error of judgment and it's gone. We never had that as kids, Gareth, that we stuffed up. We could control it to a degree. But my point is that a nude goes from A to B. We need to try and identify and change the culture around B, sending and sending and sending. So this is the culture I'm trying to change at schools. And if a kid or a teenager or even a 20-year-old chooses to send a nude to her partner or his partner, then that's their choice. But the fact that B is then recklessly going, oh, well, I'm going to share this after a relationship or even during a relationship, we need to change that culture. And this is what I'm trying to fight, because as we see here, and the vast majority of sites that are out there, the vast majority of nudes that are online have not been posted by the sender, but the receiver. So we've just got to try and change that culture. And this is where this initiative, as I said, by Facebook, I do applaud it, because that'll stop that distribution. It won't stop the sending, but it'll stop at least that distribution. And we're hoping to really try to cancel that out globally. But unfortunately, there's always places to display, because unfortunately there's many sites and organisations out there who are happy to display the nudes of people. And again, that's a culture we really need to change globally in regards to the responsibility of our posting networks.
Thanks, Paul. Keep fighting the good fight.
Thanks, mate. All the very best to you and your listeners. Take care.
Paul Litherland from Surf Online Safe.